Welcome to Innate Express Podcast. I'm Haig, chiropractor in Melbourne, Florida. Our mission is to ground you in service and inspire you to serve at your very best. Let's get started. Hey, this is Haig John. Welcome to our Innate Express Podcast where we're showcasing exceptional students. And I've got my buddy here, Logan Calvert, that I had an experience at our BGI workshop we had at my office not long ago. We got to become friends, and I welcome him from Life University. We got Logan Calvert.
Yeah, hello. Yes, Logan Calvert. So, yeah, I'm excited to be here. The title of this for exceptional students, it just made me think, and I was just like, wow. Yeah, I've been in school a little longer than most people. I'm on the modified schedule, so the modified schedule at Life University is anywhere from, I think that some people are taking like 14 all the way up to 22, and then full load most quarters is over 25 credits, and I just don't have the ability to do that.
Hey, that's cool. You know,
yeah, so exceptional student, I feel like, actually I've been putting a lot of work in. I feel exceptional. So
absolutely.
Yeah.
You know, doing the work, seeing you at the seminar, because I don't care about school grades. I quit studying in sixth quarter. Everybody.
That's about the time I'm in right now.
And you start getting into chiropractic, because we talked about 10 minutes actually before we started recording this, and about how jazzed up you were about serving and caring for people and adjusting and communication of chiropractic. Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
All that other stuff is junk. I'm just going to tell you that right now.
So that's what they call it.
So that's why, you know, I see you as that exceptional student. I put in an ad for an associate recently, and I said, your GPA does not make you great. Okay. Period.
Nice. Yeah. I agree with that.
So tell me where you've come from. How'd you get to chiropractic? Where you are right now? You know, give me a short story of what's your journey?
So I was born into a family of three. Me, my brother, and my sister. I'm the middle child.
Mm-hmm.
None of us have been vaccinated. So the backdrop with that is my mom's uncles, so my great uncles, all went to Life. There's three of them that went to Life and became chiropractors, and they came home with this philosophy that Dr. Sid was bringing about, vitalism, and like, we don't need all this extra stuff. Like, we can check your system, and you know, we've been adjusted. Not exactly regularly, but we were adjusted as kids growing up and felt like we didn't always need to be adjusted like every week. Just a tune-up, really.
Yeah.
You know, we were young kids just running through life. And then I knew my great-grandfather. So he actually passed away when I was a junior in high school.
And he was a chiropractor? Or?
No, he was the father of the chiropractors, but he was such a good man. Like, he was like the ideal. Every time we were around him, we just kind of got that sense, that like energy around him, that he was just here to love, and he was the kindest man on the planet. He had a school bus. He had 10 kids. So 3 of them became chiropractors. One of them married a chiropractor. So it's pretty awesome.
Down in a school bus, is that it?
Yeah, exactly. I'm like, man, that is so awesome that he could do all that. And he cared for his wife. She ended up getting sick and died, but he was there the whole time for her. And then actually remarried, and she got really sick, and he took care of her until she died. And then he had a heart attack mowing the lawn at 83. And that's how he went.
So he was a lifetime server, though. He saw that level of service.
And that's so crazy, because when that happened, that's when I finally realized what chiropractic meant to me. Mm-hmm. And I was like, dang, that's exactly what I am here to do. I'm meant to be a chiropractor. And I felt that way as a junior in high school. So since then, it's been pretty stressful on how to get here and make it happen. Mm-hmm. I just turned 23 last week.
Congratulations.
Yeah. Excited about it. I start clinic here soon, and I'm just trying to think about how I can match the tone of like where these docs are coming from and where I'm like trying to take my professional hands and like just make it peace and love and have everything cool with them, cool with me. I don't want to step on any toes, but I really don't want to break my philosophy, like the one I'm building right now throughout myself.
That's why I do this with so many with students. And, we've had students from Europe, Parker, Palmer, both Palmers, everywhere, because the journey of the student, it's similar no matter where you are,
Yeah.
right? Your journey is a little bit different from one person, but it's really relatively the same thing. And we get into that clinic, what they want to see is that you have the confidence in whatever technique you're doing, that you know what you know what you know. Right. And that's part of really where you're seeing what I see is exceptional, because I saw a lot of students that were the A students that were, when I was in school, and I still do, that are still lost because they don't really know what chiropractic is yet.
Right.
And I'm still learning what chiropractic is.
Yeah, I feel like I came from that kind of aspect. I never really realized how much chiropractic influenced what my mom did and kept us from vaccinations and like made us eat greens and everything. Like everything was for a reason. And I'm like, dang, she was right the whole time.
Yeah, you get it.
And now I really understand it, because from her, it was her philosophy, it was her aspect of what it meant to her. And we would go as tune-ups, like monthly, or when I wrestled, we would go see one of my uncles at least once a week, because it was called for, honestly.
And what do you do now
in the school? It's just been hearing other people's experience and kind of molding it together with how I really feel about chiropractic, and like we can actually do a lot for this world.
We were talking a few minutes ago about like seminars and things that you've been doing. Mm-hmm. Where do you feel yourself right now in your chiropractic journey?
like what seminars am I called to like really
yeah.
Oh, man. So I started off with my journey was like a Gonstead club, and they were talking about side posture on the first week. And I really took that material and came home and put my brother on his side and was like, let's see how this goes,
Good.
And we were just kind of rolling around and messing around. We both wrestled, so I have to get my hands on to actually understand what's going on. He's an awesome person. He's been adjusted his whole life. He knows what feels good and what doesn't feel good. So we kind of match each other there, and kind of just having the ability to explain what I'm trying to do and hear what he's feeling from me. And
right.
They need to connect, or I'm just missing something.
Yeah.
And being able to do it like that with my brother, it's really stepped my game up from the one Gonstead. He's like, ow, ooh, that one kind of hurt. Okay, all right. I went into Kairos training under Dr. Brett Jones's club, and that was really awesome. I learned some strikes. I learned how to train my body to be, prepared to give adjustments. And then it kind of like felt like I was just missing like this piece. Mm-hmm. So my friend Ryan McGrath had been going to MLS, and he's harping on me, come on, dude. So it was finally time where I felt like I was ready to do MLS. And I started MLS 1. It was earlier this quarter. It's my first MLS 1. And I feel like since I met you, I've like, again, leveled up in like understanding for whys and like expectations, and like just to drop all the things that I was wanting to see and just seeing the things that actually happen. Like playing around in the BGI field has actually kind of meshed well with MLS for me. And
I'm going to back up just a second.
Okay, yeah.
A lot of what I'm just seeing is the being is the most important part, where you said where you're just sort of being from the doing to the being. The being is the most important part, and I could see it in your eyes as soon as that clicked with you. That part is it's not easy to teach. It's something that has to be experienced.
Yeah, and Ryan is such an inspiration to me, because he is able to ground himself very well and do things like he listens to these songs that are so meaningful and like depicts them and puts chiropractic and how they mean to him. And I've taken inspiration from that, and I've been listening to a lot of music that he listens to, and I understand Ryan so much more, and I understand his aspect of chiropractic so much more. And like, cool. Some of these songs are so powerful, and I love I love the way that we can relate chiropractic to everything.
Ryan was on our last podcast, actually. I'm releasing his this week.
Oh,
But,
sweet.
yeah, he did. We had a great talk. We had a great talk.
Yeah, he's the man. Shout out Ryan.
Shout out to Ryan, my man.
Woo.
All right. So, that the journey of the student, it's personal,
Right.
but you're also not alone.
Yeah, exactly.
Do you have any input you would give to, another student maybe starting off in first quarter that, how much did you know about, you were a special case, you received chiropractic, you're around chiropractors, you got chiropractic philosophy.
Right.
I didn't have that. Okay. I bet 99% of the students don't. What would you say to a first quarter student maybe?
Yeah, so I feel like some of the clubs can get pretty intense.
Oh yeah.
So some of the people have been feeling this way for a while, and that's okay if you're not feeling that intensely about it. But these clubs where people are training intensely like that are where you want to be. Once you start putting your hands on people and you learn to just be there instead of motion palpation, is it this side? Is there a wedge? Like, I don't know. But if that's what you want me to tell you, it was a PRS or however my hand is called to adjust that body. If it's a bilateral, if it's a hypothenar, if it's bilateral thenar, if it's an elbow, whatever it is, it's the body is accepting the spot, and then I'll give that adjustment and then say, yeah. So then it had to be, I can do the paperwork for that in clinic, I feel like.
Yeah.
But like where my hands are called to, it's not called to a listing, it's called to a spot. And however my hand is, like, if it's single hand, however it's called to the position, trust that and make up the listing that follows with what your hand wants to do.
Let me give you, just my thoughts on those things. That's a spiritual message that innate is giving you to say, serve me.
Right.
You're getting codes from another dimension to serve that individual in the way that innate, not the educated, says serve me. The educated is PR, this way, that way. Mm-hmm. But when you get into that truly serving innate to innate, how that innate trusts you will give it different information than it will give me or someone else.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and that's the thing I've been trying to explain to people. So I feel something strongly in this area. I'm not going to just say to your face after letting you palpate the same person that what you felt was not there. It's your experience level on how you can connect with people. So like some people might be more willing to connect with another one versus me. That's why there's all these chiropractors in the world.
That's right.
We don't have a competition. If we can't connect with people on a higher level, we can serve them by referring them to a friend that will meet them on that level.
That is very wise. That's it.
That's the thing with going to these clubs. Sometimes I felt like it was a little intense for me, and just being able to realize that I still want to train with these people, because if I can't serve someone on a level like they need, then I can refer them to anybody in this room. And that since been able to just be and do, I understand why people are saying the things that they're saying in these clubs. Such intense words of like just being present and trusting yourself.
Yeah.
And the doing is just as important. People trust until they get there, and then they all of a sudden stop trusting.
Yeah.
And that's where the lack of the adjustment is for a lot of people. But
well, it comes in, maybe some people it's the lack of faith in themselves that they have the skill or they have the ability. And for me, I do innate adjusting seminars, and what I see is usually it's like a more petite person that just is fearful that I'm able to move that bone. But when we're at ease and our system is easy, and we're serving from our heart, then bones move, vertebrae move the way they're supposed to, energy moves, the whole system transforms, and not by a punch or being strong, really, but being strong enough to hold back some of our strength sometimes.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be powerful. Barno talks about that quite a bit. So, Yeah. Where do you see yourself? Do you plan on staying in Georgia? Where you're from? Where is it again?
Ohio.
Ohio, right?
And I'm like a big Ohio State fan. I
Awesome.
love I love watching football, and like being in that atmosphere. And my uncle actually has a practice outside of Columbus, Ohio.
Hmm.
I think I might go back there and serve serve up with him for a little bit. And
Cool.
um, yeah, I've definitely been thinking about peaking though, and I mean I'm not even close to being there yet, but
Will you
it's
start
something
playing?
that
Yeah.
I'm not sure how my class schedule is going to line up because I know that some people can like peak without taking any classes, so they just leave campus and go peak wherever they want to go.
Most of my peakers have been that way.
Yeah, and I feel like I might even be able to do that. So it would be cool to peak with you because of having your backgrounds, and I just want to stay with someone that's going to be doing stuff like that.
We'll talk about that in the future.
Yeah.
Put on your calendar for March 16th, 17th, and 18th. We are doing our innate mission trip to Brazil.
Ooh.
It's going to be a 3-day mission trip. And, there are some skill requisites, and I know you have them already. So, consider this an invitation. All right.
That sounds really awesome. Yeah, I'm definitely going to book that. We'll
Awesome.
talk about that more.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Anything else you'd like to share? You have a lot of insight, and I like it. A lot of wisdom to share.
Yeah. So everything is tone.
Everything is tone.
Like, yeah, just being able to be present and notice the difference, notice the change, notice you don't have to know the why.
Mm-hmm. Oh yes, that's a big
You
deal.
don't have to know the why. That's the thing that's been hitting me in the face mostly in my life outside of chiropractic.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Knowing the why sometimes makes things worse for you.
Mm-hmm.
So just letting it be and letting whatever channels you to do that come through you and let it be.
That's it.
Mm-hmm.
You also said being present. The present it takes practice.
Yeah, and these clubs offer that practice.
Mm-hmm.
You have to find a group of people that are going to hold you accountable because it's hard to be the person that it takes to be a chiropractor.
It is. It is. I was just speaking to somebody on the phone about the challenges of life being a chiropractor. Everything, I tell you, I feel like I have the most blissful office in the world. There are challenges. There are things that happen in a day that you don't expect. I had once had a toilet, the whole toilet cracked in half, used, okay,
Oh.
in my office when the whole place was full. What do? You don't plan for those things very often. And you still have to focus. You still have to serve people. You have to love them and care them.
Mm-hmm.
Things happen, right? So awesome. Well, hey, Logan, we had a great talk today.
Yeah, this is awesome.
We'll do it again. I miss you. I want to see you guys. Okay.
We might just schedule something over winter break too. I know we have 3 weeks.
We'll work out something for sure. Okay. Well, I love and appreciate you.
Love and appreciate you.
Thank you. And everybody that tuned in, please share. This is about a community of chiropractors and chiropractic students. Join our page, share, give us some thumbs up. And if you have any questions, your comments, or whatever, if you're stuck, send me a message, send Logan a message, whatever it is. This is to support you as students and chiropractors. All right. God bless you. I love you. And we will, Logan, we'll talk soon. Everybody else, we will too.